Hey everybody, this is John from Homestead Evolution. Well, our rabbits kindled, so we got some babies. We're going to show you what it looks like on the inside and pull some of these babies out. They're pretty well fed, plump little boogers. So, like I said, we do silver fox, and there's Mama. She's doing pretty good. It's a little warm out here today. It's been in the 80s. You can see she pulled a ton load of fur. So I'm going to reach in here and I'm going to pull out some babies. I'm going to put them in a little box that I got set on the other side with some fur so you can see them. They're sort of hard to see. They sort of blend in. So let me... If that ain't cuteness, I don't know what is. As you can see, their little belly's full. They're moving around really good. Let's see if I can pull another one out of here. There's another one. So with this litter, we had 5. So she gave us 5 kits. Alright everybody, this is the nest check of the rabbit that kindled. Out of the 2 we bred, only 1 kindled. We got 5. They're doing pretty good.
Peeing everywhere.
Came out this morning and some of the babies were on the wire because they were still latched on the mom. But everybody's doing happy and healthy. Mama. Yes, Mama. He's a pretty docile breed. I like the coat on him. The meat to bone ratio is pretty good. It's a dual purpose heritage breed rabbit. So we used to raise New Zealand whites, and these guys are just a better breed in temperament. Okay, it's a little warm out here in Virginia. Right now it's about 81 degrees. Check the weather. It says it's 81, feels like 82, about 45-46% humidity right now. Alright, so with the temperature out here, a rabbit at 80 degrees and above, a buck can go sterile. You can cause heat stress. Now we breed for a heat tolerance, but even with that, we still do other things to help them cool down and regulate their temperature, because we breed in cages and not on the ground. Because traditionally a rabbit gets hot, it's going to burrow, it's going to get as low as it can get to cool off. Since we're doing cages and we don't do colonies, we come up with a few solutions, and this is some of the things that we do. Go to the dollar store, buy shoe boxes. You can get these pretty inexpensive, 10 of them for a few bucks or whatever. And if they break, you're really not out much, but I fill it full of water and I stick them in a deep freeze. And I let these blocks freeze. Once they're frozen, it takes about 2 days, maybe 3. Depends upon your freezer, what you got in there. I dump them out, place the blocks right in the freezer, and I try to create an excess of blocks, and I just keep filling these up for when we have excessively hot days. I still work full-time, so I'm gone early morning before the temperature of the day really cranks up. And if I look at the weather and find out that it's going to be really hot, what I'll do is in the morning I'll come out and I'll put an ice block. What I like about the ice block is they can get on it, lay on it, lick it, and it's just going to melt away. So that's one good thing about the ice block. Definitely like it for babies. When I have a mother that has babies and it gets hot out, I'll throw one out there. The babies will come out, they'll lay on it, they'll lick on it, they'll chew on it. And that's good. It's lowering their core temperature inside, helping them cool off. Another thing we do is we take 2-inch PVC with end caps, and we fill this about halfway, a little more than halfway, with water, blue and glue the ends. And then I stick these in the freezer. This is a good way of throwing something in the cage for like an adult that they can try to chew on, but because of the Schedule 40 PVC that I use, which is any hardware store will have this, they don't chew a hole through it. So another thing you can do is put this in the nest box with these babies on the opposite end. It may get some of the fur wet that the mother's pulled, but it's not going to drench the fur, and that ambient temperature will cool down that environment. Whereas if you stick an ice block in there, it's just going to melt and everything is going to get wet. It still gets a little cool here in the evenings, so we're going to avoid that because I want them to be insulated in the evenings. So we'll periodically check on them. But this is another good idea. It refreezes pretty quick. It doesn't last as long as an ice block, in my opinion. It's been frozen for 3 or 4 days. But there again, it also depends upon the temperature, how hot it is, humidity, and all that. It's a good little project to try. It's pretty cheap, pretty inexpensive. It's like this right here. It's what your budget can afford. You know, I shop the dollar store for stuff like this. Works great. Sometimes you can find these in Walmart on sale, which is pretty good. I've also, in the past, we've used old Coke bottles, Pepsi bottles. The problem with those is real thin plastic, and the rabbits like to chew on these. They lick the cold moisture off of it, and then the bottle's popped, and once the water falls out, you can't reuse the bottle. So this is a good alternative for that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place this block out here with the mom. She'll know where it's at. I'm not going to get the babies wet. And so this block will definitely last, probably in this weather, a good while. If it's 100 degrees out, they go pretty quick. That's why I try to stockpile them for really bad days. So I'll put that in there for her. You know, you can see she's a little warm. She's trying to cool herself off. Plus, she's a little nervous. She's a new mom, and we're in here looking at her. And the other thing is food. We feed our rabbits a cup of pellets a day, except for the mothers and expecting mothers that we've bred. We will free feed those guys. I'll keep that full all the time because she's producing milk, you know, and she needs as much nutrients as she can get. Sometimes you can supplement with a little hay if you want to, but I just keep an eye on her, check her out, make sure she's not wasting away, make sure she has plenty of water, plenty of food. So, and as it's getting warmer out, these backs are going to come off. I put out a video of us winterizing our hutches. So she's licking that block. She got a taste of it. It's nice and cold. She knows it's there.